Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rakaha Kodash, Kal Halalimla, Abanawa Yahweh, Alahayanawa, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rakaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and the greater multitude. May peace and blessings be upon you and your households. And, you know, not long to go. Lord willing, we'll be going home soon. You know, I meditate upon that sometimes because as a youngster, I've always had this sickly feeling when I was away from, I don't know, kind of like an environment where, you know, like being at home or being around family members. As a child, I'm talking about. And then as you grow older, that same feeling was there. Being far away. Like, for example, I grew up in a neighborhood in London where there was many two Edomite-looking people in my school. Everybody else is Benjamin, Judah, and Israelite foreigners that were, a lot of them were Judah as well, you know. And yeah, a lot of Northern Kingdom, well, a couple of Northern Kingdom Jakes, a lot, and Elam, and so very brown environment. You know, you would never believe that you were in London, especially in the 80s and 90s. You know, people were break dancing with them linos, linoleums, bit, you know, ghetto blasters and all that. It was like basically in a comparative way, especially during the summer, right? You would think that you are in a part of maybe, I don't know, Spanish and Black Harlem, so to speak. I hate saying the term black, but I'm just saying that because that's how Jakes understand, you know, because of the different shades of brown, you know. And the way Israelite foreigners look, for the most part, that I grew up around, they don't really look like Elam. They look more like Northern Kingdom, you know, with a Judite-esque look, you know, with the fro and the rat tails. Some of them had jerry curls as well, man. But anyway, I started digressing too much. But nevertheless, I always felt homesick, you know. Like, for example, if I go to a so-called white man area, maybe you'd be working in a different part of London or whatever. It'd be so-called mixed, maybe like more crackers, you know, Edomites and other nations there. And I didn't feel comfortable around them, you know. I just didn't feel comfortable. I'd never liked them growing up. But then as soon as my train stop came and I was in my neighborhood or my area, you know, which is a huge part of London, by the way, the west side, right? I felt comfortable. I felt at home, you know. I guess then I try to think about that. Even sort of like leaving people that you're familiar with, and even if you're going abroad for a bit, whatever it could be, let's just say you've got to, or going to a different, you know, going for a job or whatever, or whatever it could be, you had that same kind of sickly feeling of like the longing to be in an environment where you feel comfortable, you know? And then I equated that to like maybe, as they say, deja vu, you know, spiritual ways of like being an Israelite, the captivities we've gone through. I believe a lot of the time we were that feeling is there because we want to go home to Israel, to Yasharala, the kingdom, and also separation from families as well, and all those incarnations back to back. We've gone through a lot of curses, and a lot of those feelings come back. That's why a lot of Jakes are, have certain mindsets, have certain mannerisms, is because that longing, that homesickness that you've always felt, is always been the fact that you are longing to go home and you miss Yahweh Shai. Check this out, look at that. 144 right there. The straight gate. And only the 144 can make it through the straight gate. Okay. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm expressing myself the right way. I know you Jakes feel, you hopefully feel that, yeah, I'm homesick, man. I want to go home. Sometimes you think, you meditate upon Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Shai, and you long for the Lord to return, and you just miss him so much as well, And we know what the Lord looks like. We know he's a very austere man. He's a very, as we say in this world, a very scary man, But he's also very loving and kind, to his sheep, And I get a little bit emotional thinking about the Lord, But I'm gonna leave it here. Say no more. But anyway, the straight gate. So basically, that longing that you've always had, right? That desire to be in a place where, because Jake just wants to be at peace, man. Jake wants to be with the Lord and be at peace. Okay? You want to be with the Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. You want to be with Yahweh Shai, and you want to be at peace. That's what we ultimately want. We don't care about the riches of this world, man. I could care less about a Lamborghini or a Ferrari. I don't give a shit about that. They don't even entice me in any shape or form. They don't even look good to me. I don't care. The closer we get, more deeper we get into this truth, the little bit of beauty, the amount Yahweh Bashem has given me, because I'm nobody, right? I'm insignificant in this world where people know of me, or I'm popular or whatever, or But the little that Lord has given me is just that I hate this world, right? And I long for the kingdom to be established, man. So I can serve Yahweh Bashem Shai. Have the laws inside me, and I even meditate upon like being in the kingdom, and on the Shabbat day being in the temple, man. I think about things like that. You see like those Hebrew scrolls and the Hebrew writing in the Lashon Kodash, or even in the Syrian Hebrew. It's like deja vu. Like I know those. I know those. And it's deja vu. And so you just long to be in your place. You're like a jigsaw puzzle that's on you're basically a piece of a jigsaw that's in a mismatched puzzle. That's what it is. And you're trying to find your way to that right puzzle so you can fit right in, which is the kingdom. That's why you feel homesick, And the only way you're going to get there is through the straight gate, which is what I was going to talk about, right? Whether you can call it a lesson or whatever. Just, that's what it is, the straight gate. Right? I mean, look at this example here. You see an individual here with two parts to choose from. Okay, you got the left side, right? Okay, he's got the right side. A lot of individuals have taken the left side, because they wanted that microwave food. They couldn't wait for the kingdom to have that real meal. They wanted a quick fix for their spiritual and physical hunger. That's why that's why you got a lot of our people out there, whatever package they come in on the outside, have sold themselves, for whatever talent they have, be it music, comedy, sports, inventions, being behind the scenes of a AI or an IT company, calling all the shots, but they never show him, but he's being paid a lot of money because it's his ideas and his innovation, but they show an Edomite saying that he's coming out with it, and a lot of you have sold yourselves for naught, okay? Because things that are easily achieved in this world aren't worth nothing, man. All right? Things that come easy, all right? Things that are actually worth something, are you have to go through a narrow path. You have to go through tribulation. That when you finally get there, what you have achieved and what you have done, you've learned a lot. You've been purified, okay? You've gone through situations which you know how to react. You learn, good from evil, because this whole world is built on a satanic vibration, I believe it's Isaiah. Let me go there first. Isaiah 3:20, I think it is. Isaiah 3:20, King James Version. No, that's not it. Why did that come to my mind? Calling good evil, evil good. Isaiah 5:20. That's what it was. But the 3 muddled up with the 5. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? That's why everything's upside down in this world. You can be a Momo, it's cool. In the ancient world, you'd be deleted. Pursuant to Leviticus 20:13. You're not supposed to let a Momo live. And then you've got these wacky-tacky Christians. Oh, Jeebus never talked against Momos or homos. It goes to show they've got the scriptures as a prop. They don't really read into that except John 3:16. John 3:16 is a beautiful scripture. I'm not downplaying it, but that's only, ahead of John 3:16, it equals Yasharala. Okay? That's the world the Lord came to save. You think the Lord is going to got himself crucified for some momos and some weirdos and, some Edomites and heathens, who the law wasn't even given to, section. Second Ezra 6 verse 54. What does that say? That other nations are nothing. They're nothing but a drop out of a bucket. All right, and it's not for them. Second Ezra 6 verse 54. Oh my gosh. Second Ezra 6 verse 54, King James Version. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, I'm not going to read it because I just wanted to check if I quoted it right. Yeah, Second Ezra 6 verse 54 lets you know that the chosen are the Israelites. Other people are nothing. The other nations are nothing. All right, they're nothing. They're nothing but a drop out of a bucket. Okay, they're spittle that come out of our mouth. They're nothing. They're nothing but spit. Do you think the Lord gave himself up for them? All right. So to go through the straight gate, you're going to go through trials and tribulations, because it's not going to be easy, because what you're doing is going contrary to this world's vibration. Okay. Like example, you could be at a job, right? And someone's eating a ham sandwich. I'm talking about pig ham. All right. And you have a conversation, or you might be on I don't know, depending on your job, whatever you do. Let's just say the company, you're going for like a company lunch, or I don't know, some shit like that. When they say, okay, what does everybody want? The company's paying for it or whatever, and they order burgers or whatever, and they didn't ask your opinion what you want to eat, and they order beef burgers or something with bacon in it. And you might say, I don't want that. I don't eat bacon. They will say, okay, why? And you might not even be known in this world as a so-called Muslim. And by the way, F them as well. I don't care about no damn Muslims. All right. Right. You just say, I don't care to eat it, especially you just say, I don't care to eat it. You don't have to go into the religious aspect. Just say, I don't care to eat it. I don't like it. They make a big situation about that. You know, you um, you don't basically celebrate Christmas. You might not have a tree in a house or whatever. You might not celebrate birthdays. Because you're not supposed to celebrate birthdays because we are cursed in this world by being born in. Because as the scriptures say, we better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. Okay, and you don't celebrate birthdays, and then at the end of that birth, when the candles are lit, you make a wish. To who? Who are you making a wish to? The wish master, and the wish master is a damn demon or Satan, right? And you could be, you know, um, you might not be, you might not be into like, some men would talk about dealing with two women at the same time, or, I was never into that shit. You might be in, some men might talk about, many years ago, I was with, I wouldn't call him a friend, just an acquaintance, and there was a pretty girl at a checkout, and I asked my friend, the guy I was with, I said, "Who's that girl?" You know, "Oh yeah, she's so and so, and she's going out with so and so." Oh, I said, "She's got a man." I said, "I'm gonna leave that alone then." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Why?" He goes, "Just go for it. Just go for it." Right? you know, uh, that was a Jake, of course, and the girl was beautiful, very beautiful. Built nice too. But um, me, I'm one of them guys. I didn't want to mess with a woman that has a man. I think that's highly disrespectful and it's disgusting as well. You know, I always try and put my shoes in another man's. Like I always think the other way around as well. I said, if that was my woman working at a checkout, I said I wouldn't like that either if another man approached her that way. So sometimes when a woman is stuck up, you think to yourself, you know what? When a woman is stuck up, that's a good thing because she's probably got a man and she don't want no trouble. She don't want no bullshit because some attractive women know that a lot of men gravitate towards them because they're very attractive, you know. And then you got some attractive women that are complete sluts. There's a balance in this thing. Not every super attractive woman is a whore, as they say in this world, or a hoe. There's a balance. You know, just things like that. I don't smoke. I used to. And you quit these things. You do things that are you don't go to clubbing. I'm not into clubbing. And besides, you can't compare the music that we grew up on in the 80s and 90s compared to the shit that's out now. The music right now is trash, and so is the fashion. And clubs are just, not the place to be nowadays. You just start changing. You do what you got to do outside, and you come home. You know, that's the mindset of a lot of the hopeful elect. It's like each day we go through, we say Brakti Habashim Ashal because we want to get to the kingdom, man. We just wait upon the Lord. And going through the straight gate, then you're going to have a lot of troubles. A lot of things are not going to go your way. A lot of things are not going to work out. You're going to have to try 100 times harder compared to, especially a heathen, an Edomite, so-called white man, to acquire certain things, your basic things. But then again, on the flip side, if you look at it, we're soon to Deuteronomy 30, verse 7, the curses are coming upon these Edomites. Because I see 90% of the time, Edomites that are homeless, that are strung out on drugs. Back in the day, you would see brown people that would be like homeless or whatever, and it'd be like a sort of like a mixed kind of area, but there'd be a lot of white people. And then you would very rarely see a homeless Edomite back in the day. I remember in the 80s when I was a child walking around, I would see a lot of homeless Jakes, homeless drunks that are brown people. Now you see the flip. Now I'm a grown man. Now I see a lot of Edomites that are so-called white people. It's a Brakti Habashim Ashah. These curses are going on these motherfucking crackers. Man, I hate these Edomites, man. I can't emphasize how much I hate these crackers so much. I can't stand it. Where is it? Scripture. You know, you're going to be going through trial and tribulation, be it your health, be it in a job situation, be it finances. But remember one thing, as you've been going through these things, or be it with your woman or your children or your parents, whatever your situation may be, Yahweh Hashem Yashai always gets you through it, right? Because as the scripture says, paraphrasing scripture, cast your burdens on Yahweh Hashem Yashai, he shall not suffer the righteous to be moved. You know, then another one comes to mind, cast all your cares upon him, you know, because he careth for you. I'm paraphrasing. Cast all your cares upon Yahweh Hashem Yashai and say it in your prayer. And the Lord alleviates the weight from you. And you say, you know what? You know, as I say, K Sarah Sarah, whatever will be, will be. And that, you know, why worry about something when Yahweh Hashem Yashai, everything's in his hands. If you believe in him and you show, pursuant to Hebrews 11 verse 1, you know, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen, you're going to get to your end goal and the Lord's going to make it happen. All right? But that's the building of faith, because we're going to be in a situation very soon where your back's going to be against a wall. Okay, things are kind of like semi-normal, right? Or semi-normal, right? Your trash is being picked up, you know, even though they do a shitty job these days, leaving trash in the middle of the road anyway. They pick up as much as they can, these damn, you know, these people that pick up the trash, right? You know, electricity is still coming, even though it's not as, you know, we know Esau's messing with electricity, I can tell. You know, you still got your gas and your lights and all that. You still got your heat. What's going to happen when everything is shut down? There's an EMP attack, electromagnetic pulse. What's going to happen when, you know, you got alarms and cameras everywhere, if you got that kind of system at your house, or whether you do or don't, right? What's going to happen when those doors are going to be kicked in, when the police are going to have a less of a presence and people are going to be bold enough to try and kick your door down? When it's going to be Jacob's trouble, pursuant to Jeremiah 30 verse 7. What's going to happen then? What are you going to do? You know, the elect, some of the elect are going to get spiritual power, pursuant to Isaiah 59 and 19. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, shall lift up a standard against them. The Lord's going to show his blessings, show his power, right, through his elect, okay? Because they have prayed to the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai, called upon him, like the way a child does to his father, saying, Father, Father, please help me. Please help me. Please help me. And Yahweh, you know, when we say Yahweh Hashem Yashai, because Yahweh Shai is our mediator, our big brother, right? And the Lord's going to say, okay, they've relied upon me thus far, and I've got them through this, so I'm going to help them again. You know? Okay, you could have made, you know, mad squabble skills. You're probably good with your hands naturally. You just never learn to fight in a boxing ring or whatever, or martial arts. But you know, some Jakes just have those natural maneuvers, because maybe they were like ancient men of war in the ancient world, and that's just in them, just to move like that. They work out and they're just naturally strong. You got Jakes that are like that. Then you got Jakes that are trained, but that's still not going to be enough, right? Or semi-trained. They've done a couple of years of this and that and the third, and they still keep their training going, and they lift weights, they run, all that kind of shit, right? What's that going to do against super soldiers? What's that going to do against Terminators, robotoid dogs with guns? What's that going to do against 20, 30 marauders and that, you know, that are wandering the streets with hammers and guns and blades and machetes? What's that going to do? And you could be on your own. You could be with your wife and children. You could link up with another brother you've never not know. He could be a hopeful elect, or an elect member. He could be with his wife or children, with his parents, and you're traveling together as two families. And there's just two of you protecting. Everybody else is old, frail, or their women or their children. What are you going to do? You have to rely on Yahweh Hashem Yashai. The Lord is our rock and salvation. Okay? That's part of the straight gate. And to make it through the straight gate, you can't make it through without Yahweh Hashem Yashai, man. All right? I don't give a fuck how many carnal jakes there out there, you know, wearing fringes, dancing around with AKs in their hands and blocks and shit. Esau got mad weapons. That's their blessing. You're not going to get through the straight gate. We're just making rap songs, dancing around with a gun in your hand. That's Esau's blessing. All right? That's not our blessing. Our blessing is being Israelites. Okay? And for the elect, calling on Yahweh Hashem Yashai. But a lot of you 2/3 Jakes are going to get deleted. A lot of Israelites are going to die, man. Some with the original look, some without the original look. It could be like 5 deleted crackers in the street, and you will assume they're Edomites, but they could be Jake when that time comes, because they're part of the 2/3. Zechariah 13:8 and 13:9. 1/3 is going to make it through. You know, that's 33%. And there's a million ways the Lord's going to choose for people to get deleted, man. All right, we're coming into times that are going to be serious. Your back's going to be against the wall. Who are you going to rely on? You can't rely on motherfucking Ghostbusters. They ain't going to do shit for you. You have to rely on Yahweh Bahashem Yahshai. If you're relying on him now, and the Lord is blessing you, getting you through certain things, the Lord's going to do the same thing for you when that gate, right, that straight, narrow path gets even more narrow. All right? Because you can only go through that path one by one. Okay? Nobody can bypass you, push it. Get the fuck out of the way. I'm going to go through first. Nah. You got to go through one by one, by the skin of your teeth. You know? Maybe even moving sideways, so to speak. Trying to like just shimmy yourself through. I'm trying to just give you sort of like a worldly example. That's how it's going to be. All right? Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. A lot of you sellouts have taken the wide gate, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Okay, there's a show on Prime. I think it's still there. I didn't really like it too much because it's got too much. I don't know. It's just I like when they show a lot more spiritual power in it. You know, they put too much of a dramatization to it, and that's why I like Superman. Is probably my favorite movies ever. Even though Christopher Reeve played him, and the Lord dealt with him for trying to portray an Israelite. You know, the 70s one, the version, especially 1 and 2, my favorite. Right, I think is it Jupiter's something. Let me see. Jupiter's Legacy, Prime show. No, is that the one? Jupiter's. Is that the one? Let me see. Yeah, that's the one. Jupiter's Legacy. Yeah, in that show, right? They use the scriptures, right? But even though in the show they're showing in a different way, right? They show you when they get that spiritual power, this guy here with the white hair, he goes through trial and tribulation, right? Loses his family, his dad commits suicide, and etc., 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 right? And he goes through, years of going mad. It felt like, because even in, the elect right now, right, are going through madness. You feel like sometimes you're going through out of your skull, right? So Esau knows because they're wiser than Daniel. They do a lot of research, right? And in the end, after all the trials and tribulations his crew went through, right? All the people that get spiritual power, right? And they decipher certain things, right? What do they see when they woke up, right? They see the tree of life. It was like a tree, okay? And that's in the book of Genesis. And then they get this spiritual power, all right? So you're not going to get, you're not going to be, if you're an elect member, you are going to go through the straight gate. If you are the unelected, you're part of the 2/3, you're going to fall by the wayside. You understand? Because either you were chosen for a certain period to wake up the elect members that have heard your teaching in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Mashai. The Lord used you to wake up. Okay, the Lord used you. Say, okay, I'm going to choose him. He's going to be in the truth for 3 years. He's going to wake up 20, 30 members. And then after that, I don't need him no more because, he wasn't chosen from the foundation of the earth. Okay? Then that's what the Lord does as well. Okay? And the Lord has also done this way where, okay, I've chosen these 100 men. They're going to teach the truth and I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them safe all the way. They're going to go through trial and tribulation. I'm going to keep them. Then there's other people like the Lord. I'm giving you an example. Like, I'm going to choose 1,000 of these guys or 10,000 of these guys. Your Jay-Z's, your George Lopez's, your Steve Harvey's or whatever, Jennifer Lopez's, and the Israelites that look like Israelites, or even if they don't look like Israelites, like Cameron Diaz and Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt possibly could be a Jake too, but I think he is a Jake. He's chosen them to go to be the 2/3, right? Which means they're not going to make it because they got their consolation prize on this side. So they took the wide gate, okay? Because as the scripture says here, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. That's their destruction. Okay, they got their delicacies now. They got their beautiful homes, palm trees, access to all sorts of different types of foods and and mansions and exotic cars and all that. That's their blessing on this side, all right? Because they sold themselves for it, and they have to do some disgusting things to achieve that. Because remember, Satan is the god of this world, and to achieve and get the blessings that he's going to give you in this disgusting, evil world, right? Pursuant to Isaiah 5:20, right? Because we're in an evil world. Because good is evil in this world, and evil is good, right? You're going to have to do things according to the law of Satan, all right? Because there's the laws on the right-hand side of Yahweh Hashem Eshad, and there's laws of Satan. Okay, and that's what they have to follow, and which they do. They drink blood, do rituals, incantations, all sorts of other weird shit. Okay, so they've taken the wide gate, and that's going to lead to their destruction. All right, let's go to the NLT, Matthew 7:13. You can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for the many who choose that way. Okay. Like that song, the highway to hell. But the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult. Of course it's difficult. And only a few ever find it. All right? Let's read that again. The Lord, broke that down beautifully, man. As they say in layman terms. You can enter God's kingdom only through the narrow gate. The highway to hell is broad, and its gate is wide for the many who choose that way. But the gateway to life is very narrow, and the road is difficult, and only a few ever find it. Hey, man, if you're one of the few that found it, count yourself blessed, man. And count yourself blessed, and Brak Yahweh Hashem Eshad for making me an Israelite, man. You know how much of a barakim it is, man, being an Israelite foreigner. I mean, man, I'm praying in the name of Yahweh Hashem Eshad. It's like, I think it's Elder Mayak. I don't know whether he calls himself Elder or not. The brother from the prophet from is it Los Angeles camp or West Coast camp? He said, I was watching his video yesterday. Obviously they're on the West Coast, and it was early hours here in the morning here in the UK in London at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was listening to it, while you get ready for work or whatever. And I was listening to him, and he was saying, and man, I love the brother's teachings too, man, and all the prophets that are with him. They were talking about, he's saying, he was saying to himself that, he's saying, Lord, you bless me with this knowledge. Only, me and all these other people don't know, what's to come and who I am and stuff like that. And I sometimes even think that. I said, man, people are just trying to find that little bit of happiness, and especially Jake, because they're trying to find that little bit of happiness in this world. And if only Jake knew that, man, you're an Israelite. You're not a black man. You're not a Hispanic man. You're not a native Indian man. And even some of my Israelite foreigners. Man, you're not this. You're not that. You are an Israelite. Do you realize that? But they're not going to understand it. They're not going to realize. Some of them don't, Israelite foreigners don't even know what the hell, what an Israelite is. What's an Israelite? They don't even know. So it's a blessing, man. Count yourself blessed to be an Israelite. You're the chosen, man. Yeah? There's the sons of God, which are the Israelites. Then you got the sons of men, which are the rest of the heathens. Then you got the sons of the wicked, these damn crackers. Their nature is to be evil and wicked. Count yourself blessed, man. So the narrow gate. Okay, remember one thing as well. This is our last and final captivity. We're not going to go in slavery again, man. It's not happening again, ever. All right, each day you get through. Right? You say, glad that fucking day is out of the way. Motherfuck it. I said, Brak Yahweh Hashem Eshad for getting me through it. And just, And you think about all the hell that you catch, and you think to yourself, man, you know what? It's only now. It's not forever, man. This thing is not forever, all right? Because as the scriptures say, there's a bounds that Esau cannot pass. His kingdom's going to end soon. And we're seeing it happen in real time, all right? Because remember, these crackers, these devils, these Edomites were once on all fours, man, with their hair all, tangled up and shit, with worms coming out of it, and lice, hair all over their body, which some of them are still like that. A lot of them get waxed and shaved and shit. They stink and they still do. All on all fours, going like ooh ooh ooh, like animals. Watch the movie Quest for Fire. That Edomite Ron Perlman is in it. The one who's from the Sons of Anarchy, the leader of that bike club. And Ron Perlman is a right devil-looking cracker. He's Amalekite, big nose, small hatter. Yeah. Yeah, watch the movie Quest for Fire. That gives you a little synopsis on how these devils were. They were in the caves, bruv. And the Lord made these low-life people. I mean, remember, Yahweh Shemashah calls Jacob, we're his chosen, by the way, a worm. So how much more less these damn devils? They were in the caves. And the Lord put them over us. Gave them, they had a shave, side parting hairstyle, put a suit on them, a penis around their fucking neck, a tie. Yeah, now they're calling all the shots in this world, and they think they're going to hold on to their power. The only reason these Edomites exist is because of Jacob, man. All right? And the Lord uses damn devils over us as a whooping stick to punish us for our disobedience. You understand? So if the Lord gave them the blessing of rule, making them even think that they were the Most High, and they were the Yahushai, and they were King David, King Solomon, the prophets, Barnabas, Simeon, and all the other royal Jakes that have come, made them think that by all these portrayals of Richard Gere playing King David, and some crackers playing the Lord in movies, Charlton Heston playing Moses. The Lord made them believe that they were a high and mighty people. Oh yeah, that's us, man. We were in Egypt, we were in Rome, we were in Greece, and we were doing this, that, and the third. Made them believe that. Made them actually believe that. Yeah, oh, we were in England. We were kings and princes. That wasn't them. That was us in the dark ages, man. Yahweh Shemashai is our power, man. Who's a melanated power. King David, King Solomon, so-called black men. Barnabas, Simeon, all the prophets in the Bible were so-called black men. All right? Brown-skinned men in real, in the real way. Different shades of brown from dark to light. Those are our people. These damn devils, the Lord made them feel that that was actually them. Can you believe? Man, just think about it. Because the Lord had to pump them up, put that pride in them. Because pursuant to the book of Maccabees, I think it's Second Maccabees. Oh no, First. Is it First? I think First or Second Maccabees 3:48, where the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images. Let me just get that. I'll quote it. Let me get it. First Maccabees 3:48, King James Version. Yeah. It's First Maccabees 3:48. All right, it's what you call translated. First Maccabees 3:48 is so-called whitewashing, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. This is what they did. All right. So the straight gate, man. Okay. There's a song that comes to mind. All right, from the 80s. All right. Remember Rocky IV? There's no easy way out. I'm not going to do the whole, I'll read the whole thing. I'm just going to, okay. Some things are worth fighting for. Some feelings never die. I'm not asking for another chance. I just want to know why. Okay, forget that part. But this part, some things are worth fighting for. Let's go to here. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. All right? There's no easy way out. Giving in can't, what's it? Giving in can't be wrong. I don't want to pass away. Okay. Forget the rest of the part. Let's just read this part. All right? There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. There's no easy way out. All right. Okay. And the song is what? No Easy Way Out. Robert Tepper. Okay. And Rocky 4 came out, I believe, 1984, 85. I was a child at school. Everybody's trying to mimic Sylvester Stallone and Dolph Lundgren wearing winter gloves and boxing each other in the playground. We were maybe 8, 9 years old at that time. But anyway, yeah. So there's no easy way out. You know, there's no easy way out into the kingdom. You know, there's no easy way out. You've got to take that narrow path. Okay, as the scriptures say, you can't say behind these wacky tacky Christians. Oh, I'm saved. I believe in Jesus. But see, to John 15:16, the Lord chooses you. You don't choose the Lord. Who the fuck are you? Oh, I chose Jesus. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai chooses you. I choose you, like that song. You know? Ye have not chosen me, I have chosen you. Okay? Paraphrasing another scripture. He that endureth till the end, the same shall be saved. We're approaching the end, but we're not at the end yet. All right? Pressure makes gold. Pressure makes diamond. No, purification makes gold. Pressure makes diamonds. The Lord is trying to make you into a diamond, into gold, taking all the impurities out of you. Chipping away. The Lord is chipping away at you. So you're worthy to be changed in the blink of an eye. All right? Isaiah 30:18. And therefore will the Lord wait that he may be gracious unto you. And therefore will the Lord wait, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, wait that he may be gracious unto you. And therefore will he be exalted, that he may have mercy upon you. For the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is the power of judgment. Blessed are all they that wait for him. And we wait for the Lord, man. We wait for Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. All right? Let me read the NLT. So the Lord must wait for you to come to him so he can show you his love and compassion. For the Lord is a faithful power. Blessed are those who wait for his help. I prefer the King James Version. All right. I just like to go into NLT as well to just have it, check it out a little, Yeah, and one more scripture before I close, before I say shalom. Matthew 19:24. And I get, and again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel, and again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Now, there's nothing wrong with earning a good living. All right. We're supposed to earn a good living. We're supposed to work and earn our daily bread. And some brothers are blessed with a little bit more. Hence the reason why they help out whenever they can. But we all got our own responsibilities. But you give willingly. If you have it, you don't put yourself into a situation of carrying an extra burden by giving all your money away, and you don't have nothing to pay your bills or your mortgage or whatever, or your rent or your car note or whatever, But there's nothing wrong with having money. Money is not a sin, but the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay, and a lot of the rich men the Lord is referring to are jakes that have done anything and everything to acquire those riches. Okay, and jakes that rely on their riches. Okay, what we call, what Jake would call riches is basically just having millions in their account, pounds or dollars or whatever. They rely on that as a way of salvation. Okay, and if the Lord has given you those comforts in this world, right, real comforts in this world, and you've never really sort of gone through any kind of tribulation, you might have been called the N word a couple of times, or a wog or a gollywog if you're an Israelite foreigner but you're brown, but you've gone through, you've had the best of everything, so to speak. You've gone through your trials and tribulations, but you've never suffered certain woes or whatever, then more than likely, this was your consolation prize on this side. But it doesn't mean that the Lord can't pull you out of that, because a lot of wealthy people, when they follow Yahweh Shai, a lot of the jakes that follow Yahweh Shai, gave up their wealth, man, to follow the Lord. You know, the Lord himself was wealthy, had money, you know, at that time, you know. So doesn't mean, you know, but if you're if you're a sincere Jake, you're part of the elect. If you do have money, right, you have that money and to help out the body, you know. So if you make, I don't know, let's just say you make £25,000 a month, I don't know, what's that, $30,000? You might say, okay, cool, my bills are paid, my family's good. I'm gonna give, say, $1,000 or £1,000 each month, you know, to the body, or I'm gonna give 1,500 a month, because you can afford to do that. You're helping out. You're helping a brother out, paying his rent, his phone bill, his cable bill, whatever, you know, to buy clothes or whatever, to fuel for his car so he can get to camp. You're helping out that way. So the Lord will have mercy upon you. But if you have money like that and you've got loads of disposable income and you don't help out, then the Lord's going to look at you sideways. But for the most part, you know, a rich man won't enter into the kingdom of heaven because, you know, I'm talking about an Israelite man, all right? It's because, like, you know, your Jay-Z's, your Steve Harveys have sold themselves for naught, man. So they're not going to make it, all right? And you know how big a camel is, right? The Lord said it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So if you got your consolation prize in this side, right, you're not going to make it, okay? Okay, this is the elect are the poor and the meek, okay? They go through turmoil after turmoil and they believe in Yahweh Bashim Yashai because the Lord, man, without Yahweh Bashim Yashai, shit, you know, which Jake would want to live, you know? You know, I mean, what is this world? This world is hell. You know, when you wipe that looking glass and, you know, transparency these days, what is this world, man? It's bullshit. There's nothing here. You know, you can't even talk about the scriptures or even talk about the Most High with a regular person or regular Jake. They're gonna look at you thinking, man, this guy's weird. You know, but but you know, if you talk about some a married woman or some stupid ish, you know, or some crazy rap battle or whatever, or I don't know, you know, just you know, some crazy shit. You know, everyone's gonna be you know, into that conversation. You know, the straight gate is the only way to, is the only path, and the elect, right? Whoever you are across the four corners of the earth are gonna take that path and make it through. All right, and it's not an easy route. Okay, there's no easy way out of this. Okay, some dumb motherfuckers say, "Oh, you're manifesting Jacob's trouble." Jacob's trouble is gonna happen no matter what. If you got that power of manifestation, Jake, why don't you manifest yourself? You know, why don't you manifest yourself the kingdom of heaven then, right now, and walk into it? We're gonna have to go through Jacob's trouble. Do you want to be in limbo like this forever? Jacob's trouble is gonna happen. That's the only way, and that's part of the straight gate. That's how you're gonna get to the other side. All right. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Rakapadash. You know, Salakia, you know, if I digress here and I deviate there, you know, like I always say, my mind wanders, you know. But anyway, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yashai Bashim Rakapadash. You know, Tawada, whoever listens, you know, and there's not many people, but Tawada, man. Anyway.